So, tell me, Sonny, what have you been playing? Knock some...
Ooh, well, let's talk about something that we can both talk about. Let's talk about Borderlands.
Borderlands, that is the big one that we've both played this week. And,
we played this at PAX.
We did play this at PAX, and we
didn't like it at PAX.
Not as much as I wanted to. I still had high hopes, but our tune has changed, to say the least. How are you finding Borderlands? Take me through your weekly adventure of Borderlands.
Well, the first day I brought it back, I was a little underwhelmed. I played it for about an hour. I saw low textures, very stupid characters that I didn't enjoy very much. And then it kind of dug its claws into me and started to pull.
So what is Borderlands? Tell me about it.
It is an open-world adventure on a alien planet that basically looks like Fallout 3's apocalyptic world.
Yep.
Basically.
Cell-shaded Fallout.
It is cel-shaded to add, I guess, attitude to people. I remember when this game wasn't cel-shaded, so it's very strange to go back and forth between the two. You pick one of 4 characters. Each one of them has a special ability, and that's the only difference between them.
Yeah. They can all hold the same weapons.
Yeah, you can use the same weapons. It's just your special ability that changes things, and the way that you can do your skill trees, which normally are focused around that ability and things like that. Each skill tree has 3 different paths that you can go on, and you can put points into any path you like. You're not, forced to go
down
in one direction.
And you can respec.
Yes.
Which is huge. That's good.
Which means basically, if I decide to be the guy who wants to punch people all day, and I realize that kind of sucks, I can spend a little bit of cash and make it so I'm this huge tank that can take a ridiculous amount of punishment. So, very cool stuff that you can do with that. Like I said, the setting is pretty much so far still the same. I'm about 20 hours in, and I'm seeing pretty much the same setting everywhere. I've seen a few plants, nothing special.
I was just going to touch upon the environments. Even though it looks the same everywhere, I like the world that they've created. It feels like Mad Max. Like they have even some allusions to it in the second kind of area. It's almost Mad Max themed, where you're driving around cars and there's a Thunderdome and stuff like that. But the world that they've created, even though they do use textures over and it looks very similar, sort of desert area everywhere, I like the world they've created almost to the point that I may like it more than Fallout's world.
Yeah.
But,
nothing can beat Fallout's for me.
Yeah.
And I do kind of enjoy this world, but there's not much of a population in this world.
There's like 4 people.
I've met probably at the most maybe 10 individuals at the most, and I've done a lot of looking. So yeah, there's not too many people in this world, so it's basically every man for themselves out there. Not a big deal. Cooperative is drop in, drop out at any time.
It's great.
Very nice to have that. The game does have some problems. I want to talk about some problems with it first. One of them is I get stuck on a lot of shit.
How so?
I jump somewhere I wasn't intended to jump, like between a hut
kind of glitchy stuff.
And I can't get out. And the only solution for me besides quitting is to kill myself. That kind of sucks. Sometimes I do an Austin Powers in a car and I get wedged somewhere.
I remember that.
And I can't get out. I can't get out at all. So I've had some pretty crummy glitches that have completely halted my progress at that moment. But thank goodness I'm good with a rocket launcher and I just dropped that shit at my feet.
Yep.
Even then,
rocket jump right out of there.
Yeah, I wish that wouldn't happen because I'm not getting stuck doing weird things like trying to pass through a hut to jump into a mountain or anything like that. I'm just trying to get places. And sometimes I need to do a little jumping.
You're exploring.
Yeah, exactly. So the glitches have kind of turned me off a little bit. It's just it is a minor flaw considering all that the game does right. I spent a lot of time, I've heard stories, that people are losing weapons in some versions because who knows what they're doing. Haven't run into that problem at all.
No.
Personally, have you? No?
I have 100 out of the bazillion weapons so far.
Alright, very good. You can duel the people that you're playing with.
Yes.
The problem is, it's kind of an honor system thing. If you open a chest and there's a really nice gun and Dickie McDickerson takes it, steals it, and is like, that's mine.
There's no loot rolls, basically.
You can challenge them, but even if you win in the challenge,
they have
that
to drop
doesn't mean
it.
He's going to drop it. Yeah, it's totally up to him.
It would be nice if they, I don't know, for me, it does a lot of things that an MMO does, but I don't want it to be an MMO. So if you had some sort of trading system or loot rolling system, or even the thing that's up for grabs, if you had to duel for it, and the person who loses automatically drops it or whatever, or it goes to the winner, something like that, because even though we only play with friends, not everyone is going to be playing with friends. So someone could hop into a game, be a dick and just take all the good loot, and then no one could do anything about it.
That's right. Absolutely nothing you can do. So that kind of stinks on their end. But like I said, these really are minor gripes. It's just really a shame that the trading system and the management of items wasn't thought through a little bit more.
No, but what does it do well?
A lot of guns.
Lots of guns.
A lot of different guns. I've been looking at their stats, them saying that they have over 500,000 different weapons.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure how they're spiking those numbers, because I'm seeing a lot of weapons, but I'm not seeing anything absolutely crazy. It's normally 3 or 4 different criteria that have different numbers.
It's got attack, fire rate, accuracy, whether it has a elemental effect, and then the type. So right there is like 5 factorial or whatever. Or at the bottom line, I haven't seen a gun. Like, you're going to see very, very similar weapons, but there's so much variety that all the loot is fresh to you. It runs into the thing where you know what is good. You start to not pick up weapons that are, just plain colored or green. They have the colors where it goes plain, green, blue, purple, and probably orange. I haven't found one yet, but it does a good job of being able to determine what you want to pick up and what you don't want to pick up. And I found that every new weapon I actually want to hold on to is very different from something I'm using already. So, and between the 7 or 8 different gun classes, there is so many guns that it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, I hear you. The single player and even multiplayer, for that matter, since it's basically the same thing, the plot line is pretty much non-existent.
Yeah.
It's a very, very light story.
It's a quest grab. You're searching for a vault.
It gives you reasons to go around and just look for shit. So if you like having the carrot dangled in front of you, being tempted by better loot all the time, then you'll love this game. It's very simple. A lot of people are playing this game that have never played Diablo, so they're shitting their pants twice the amount because they've never experienced a game like this.
That's weird.
That's their fault.
Yeah.
They really should have played Diablo or Diablo 2 back in the day
or
to really understand. Yeah, there's so many loot whore games that are out there. That being said, this one does a very good job of doing it with guns. Very good. I'm loving the game, very much enjoying it, but it ain't perfect.
No, and I really think that the amount of time that we've sunk into this really speaks volumes, because that's all I've basically played this week. I know both of us are level, 25-ish? And the co-op aspects of it, I love. The loot horror aspects of it, I love. It's a decent RPG. It's a good shooter. Like, when you shoot someone in the face, it hurts them, whereas the closest... Sometimes, yeah. It depends on what gun you're using. And
there are some issues with the sniper rifle.
Yes.
Hitting people in the head. The hitboxes are weird. I'm not sure if they plan on fixing that, or if it's the fact that my weapon proficiency isn't up at the maximum, so I may be missing. That remains to be seen, but I think that everybody who's tried sniping has had that issue before.
Yeah, the sniper rifle's a bit tough. I like what have I been using? Shotgun and combat rifle, and mostly my fists, to be honest. So yeah, it's great. I love it. I got it I was so surprised that it was a budget price up here. For $40, it was a steal. I can highly recommend this game for $60. You're going to get your money's worth for sure. Ton of fun by yourself. Exponentially more fun with buddies. And go get Borderlands right now. It's a lot of fun, and I stand by that for sure.
Me too. I've completely changed my tune. It was a poor demo of a very poor place, which we eventually ended up going through.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game's great. Very addictive. It's going to do really well this holiday season. Solid game. Definitely worth buying. Renting it's fine, but you really can enjoy this for full price.
Yeah,
so
you're going to sink a lot of time into it.